My grandfather built a bench behind the house. Facing east, he said, quiet as a mouse. About the reason, just positioned it so the morning light would always hit the left side of whoever sat there first. He built it for the silence and the thirst. Keep sitting. Some benches are built for a specific light. He sat there every morning before 7. Said the hour before the house woke was his heaven. Not a religious man, but that particular word came easily beside that perpendicular angle of the early light in spring. He sat there holding nothing, holding everything. A cup sometimes, but mostly just his hands, resting on his knees like empty hands. The bench is pulling me under. I can hear the morning thunder. He built it for a light that came at 6. A specific angle, nothing to be fixed. Sit for me before the house wakes up. Bench east, light, sit. Bench east, light, sit. Bench east, east, light, sit, sit. Bench east, east, light, sit. Bench east, light, sit. Morning ho, morning no. Bench east, morning no. Morning no. Bench east, morning no. Morning no. Morning no. Morning no. Bench east. The bench is gray now. 30 years of weather have taken most of the pain, but held together. Every joint he made without a single nail, just wood on wood, the quiet tingle of something built to last beyond the builder. My son sits there now, a little wilder than my grandfather was, but in the same 6 o'clock light, answering the same. They say the dead release the places that they made. Oh, but that bench kept his morning for 30 years. I do not need to know what he was thinking. I only need to sit there before the house wakes up. Before the house wakes up. Trust the eastern light. My grandfather built a bench behind the house. Facing east, he said, quiet as a mouse. Building something for a light that came at 6 each morning, always just the same. My son sits there now in the early cold, getting something right. He has not been told to leave your mark. We are still sitting. The bench is still gray. The light is still his. The morning remembers every hand that rested there. My grandmother had a hairbrush silver-backed that sat upon the dressing table stacked with all the small appointments of a woman who took the morning serious and human. Every bristle held a silver thread of hair so fine it might have been instead. Keep brushing, Some objects hold the person, not the person. She brushed her hair 100 strokes each night, counted quietly beside the light of the dressing table mirror where her face looked back at her from an uncertain place. Between the woman she had been at 30 and whoever she was becoming worthy of the silver brush her mother passed to her, who got it from a mother who concurred. The brush is pulling me under, I can hear the bristle thunder. 3 generations of 100 strokes each night beside the mirror as it woke. Brush for me before the dark comes down. Brush, stroke, silver count. Brush, stroke, silver count. Brush, brush, stroke, stroke, silver, silver count, count, count. Brush, brush, stroke, stroke, silver, silver count, count, count. Yeah! Brush, stroke, brush, stroke, brush, stroke, silver count. Brush, brush, stroke, brush, stroke, brush, stroke, silver count. Pull through, pull on. Brush, stroke. My mother has it on her dressing table now. Does the 100 strokes without knowing how. The number settled into her the way a habit into slowly day by day. She counted once and got to 98. Stopped and looked into the mirror late at night and said to no one, I need to more than brush the final strokes and close the drawer. They say the dead release the rituals they kept, but that brush counted through 3 generations.
I do not need the silver to stay bright.
I only need my mother at the mirror every night.
Every night,
Oh, every night. Trust the 100. My grandmother had a hairbrush silver backed that sat upon the dressing table stacked, counting out the strokes her mother counted. Every night the same, they always mounted. My mother stopped at 98 last Tuesday, needing 2 more strokes to feel okay. Leave your mark,
we are still counting.
the mirror's still hers, the bristles are still silver. The brush remembers every head that bent above it. My grandfather arrived and put his language down like a coat he left outside the town. He had come from somewhere with a different mouth, a different set of sounds from further south. And east than anyone around him spoke. He folded up that tongue the day he woke. Keep folding. Some languages survive inside the silence. He learned a new one fast, the way a man who needs to eat and work and has a plan For staying learns a language like a tool, not like a home or like a useful rule. He never taught it to my father, never let a single word come out, not ever in our presence, but my father heard him once talking in his sleep, and for the months the language is pulling me under. I can hear the sleeping thunder. He spoke it only when his God was gone, when the dreaming let the old mouth carry on. Speak to me in the first tongue. Word, full, tongue, sleep. Word, full, tongue, sleep. Word, 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 full, tongue, sleep, sleep, sleep. Word, full, tongue, sleep, sleep, sleep. Word, full, tongue, sleep, sleep, sleep. Word, full, tongue, sleep. Sound, keep, sound, known. Word, full. After my grandfather died, my father spent 3 years finding where the language went. Learned enough to recognize the shape of what he heard that night, the soft escape of vows through a sleeping jaw at 3. He said it sounded like somebody free, like a man who had put something down so long that lifting it again felt like a song.
They say the dead release the tongues they bury,
But my grandfather spoke his every night in sleep.
I do not need to learn every word he folded.
I only need to know the language made it through.
The language made it through.
Trust the sleeping mouth. My grandfather arrived and put his language down, like a coat he left outside the town, folding up a tongue to fit a life, carrying the old words like a hidden knife. My father learned enough to recognize the sound of a man who put his mother tongue in ground. Leave your mark, we are still speaking. The sleep is still his. The vows are still warm. The language remembers every dream that let it out. Nobody sat at the head of the table. After he was gone, nobody was able to pull that chair out, set that plate down there, and feel like anything but somebody who dared not fill a space that had not been released by whatever holds a place after the deceased. Keep leaving. Some chairs stay occupied by absence. Christmas came and we arranged ourselves around the gap, the way you clear the shelves. Around a missing book, the shape remains, the negative of someone in the graves of every family meal we ever had. The head of the table still is not bad, not wrong, just here's the way a shadow stays long after the thing that cast it goes his ways. The table is pulling me under. I can hear the empty chair thunder. said sorry to nobody in particular, said it to the chair in a low particular. They say the dead release the seats they claim, but that chair held its ground for 20 years. I do not need him back to feel the head. I only need us leaving it the way we always did. The way we always did. Trust the empty head. Oh, nobody sat at the head of the table. Oh, after he was gone, nobody was able, leaving all that space at every meal. For the weight of someone absence makes you feel. My son pushed back the chair and said he's sorry to the wood itself, as if it had a story. Leave your mark. We are still leaving it. The head is still his. The chair is still pulled in. The table remembers every meal he sat above it. Songline, she'd hang. My mother sang while hanging out the wash, the same song every morning through the squash of wet sheets through her hands and over line. A melody so old it predates mine, or hers, or anyone who taught it to her. She said she woke up with it one September. Keep singing. Some songs arrive before the singer. I look for it in every book of songs, in libraries and collections where it belongs. If it belongs to anyone at all, I found nothing fitting in the hall of records that I searched through every year. My mother shrugged and said it lives in here, and pressed the sternum with a soapy hand. Said some songs are older than the land. Oh, the song is pulling me under. I can hear the washing line thunder. She sang it every morning to the sheets, a melody that had no name, no beats on any page that anyone had kept. Sing for me above the washing line. Songline, sheet, hang, songline, sheet, songline, sheet, hang, songline, sheet, hang, songline, sheet, songline, sheet, hang, songline, sheet, hang, songline, sheet, hang, songline, sheet, songline, sheet, hang. Press no. Songline. Press no. Songline. My daughter caught herself one Tuesday morning, humming something without any warning. Above the laundry basket in the hall, the same unnameable rise and fall. My mother used beside the line outside. Stood there in the doorway, open wide, feeling 3 generations of the same unwritten song passed through without a name. They say the dead take all their music under, but that song kept surfacing in every wash day. I do not need to find it in a book. I only need my daughter at the laundry basket. Just the unnamed melody. Yeah, my mother sang hanging out the wash. The same song every morning through the squash of wet linen through her particular hands. A melody that no one understands. Oh, my daughter hums it now without a reason, carrying it forward into every season. Leave your mark, we are still singing.
The line is still there,
The melody is still hers.
the washing remembers.
Every morning she sang above it.
Somebody she hang, somebody she hang, somebody she hang.
Stop phone ring. My father and his brother had a fight. The Christmas of my 7th year, one night. It stopped mid-sentence when the phone rang through. And after that the sentence never grew back into whatever it had been. The argument stayed frozen in between. Keep holding. Some arguments outlive the ones who started them. They made a kind of peace around the edges, showed up at the same occasions, hedges trimmed between them, civil at the table, talking about weather when they were able to find a subject far enough away from whatever lived inside that Christmas day. My uncle died before the sentence ended, before the argument was ever mended. The argument is pulling me under. I can hear the unfinished thunder. Half a sentence hanging in the air since the Christmas of my 7th year. Finish it for me in the dark. Word stop, phone ring. Word stop, phone ring. Word stop, stop, phone ring, ring. Word stop, stop, phone ring, ring. Word stop, word stop, word stop, word stop, word stop. Say ho, say no. Word stop. My father sat beside me in his last year, said I never told him what I meant to clear. Up that Christmas said the phone rang, and he lost the nerve and never took his stand again on whatever it was he needed. My father smelled the rain before the rain came down, as if his jacket held the main memory of every storm he walked through, every wet road, every overdue appointment meant that he hurried through the wet to keep a promise nobody would forget. Keep walking. Some people carry weather in their clothes. We knew he was coming from the heart. Before the door, the smell would reach us all. That particular damp of outside brought inside the warm, a whole world freshly caught between the lapels of his working coat. A countryside compressed into the throat of every room he entered, dripping still. There's something between weather and goodwill. The rain is pulling me under. I can hear the jacket thunder. He brought the outside in with him each night. The smell of somewhere real in the light. Rain for me across the threshold. Rain, cold smell, come. Rain, cold smell, come. Rain, cold smell, come. Rain, cold smell, rain, rain, cold smell, come. Rain, cold smell, come. Rain, cold smell,
Rain, cold smell, come. Rain, cold smell, come.
wet, warm, wet, no.
Rain, cold smell, come. Rain, cold smell, come.
After he was gone, the coat hung dry for the first time in the hallway high, and airless without weather in its weave, just fabric now with nothing to believe in anymore. My mother pressed her face into it one evening in the space between the coats and said the rain was gone. Said the outside smell had carried on. They say the dead released the weather that they wore, but that jacket held his rain for months. I do not need him dripping in the doorway. I only need the smell of outside coming in, outside coming in. Trust the wet lapel. My father smelled of rain before the rain came down, as if his jacket held the main. Story of a man who walked through weather, holding every storm and rode together. My mother pressed her face into the dry coats, searching for the rain inside the throats. Leave your mark. Woo, woo. We are still waiting. The hall is still empty. The smell is still his. The jacket remembers every storm that soaked it through. My uncle kept a lighter filled at all times. Said a man without a flame commits crimes. Against the cold, against the dark, against the moment when a stranger needs a chance to light something and finds the world unlit. He filled it every Sunday without quit. Keep filling. Some men measure life in ready flames. He never smoked himself, had quit at 30, but the lighter stayed beside him, clean, not dirty. With ash or use, just always full and ready. His hand would find it when the world grew heavy, turn it over in his fingers like a stone. He carried from a river of his own, said the weight of it reminded was always possible, however dark the briar. Oh,
the lighter is pulling me under. I can hear the flint wheel thunder.
He filled it every Sunday just in case a stranger needed fire in a dark place.
Light for me inside the core. Flame filled Sunday, keep flame filled Sunday, keep flame filled Sunday, Sunday, keep flame filled Sunday, Sunday, keep flame filled Sunday, keep flame filled Sunday, Sunday, keep
Spark,
flame filled
spark,
Sunday, keep
spark, ready, spark, no!
flame filled flame.
We found it in his pocket at the end. Still full the wheel, still turning round the bend of his thumb. One final time we sparked it in the hospital room and for a marked it. Moment the flame held steady in the air of that particular room, that particular care. Something about a flame in a room like that made every person present remove their hat. They say the dead release the things they tended, but that lighter held its fuel beyond the ending. I do not need to know each stranger that he lit for. I only need to keep it filled on Sundays, filled on Sundays. Trust the flint. My uncle kept a lighter filled at all times. Said a man without a flame commits crimes. Against the cold, against the dark, against the need of every stranger passing guaranteed. We sparked it in the hospital.
One last time,
Watch the flame.
hold steady in the light.
Leave your mark. We are still feeling it. The
Sunday is still his.
The flint is still warm. The lighter remembers every stranger it was offered to. Photo,
While it were photo, while it were photo, while it were photo, while it were.
My father kept a photograph so worn, the face inside it barely there, half torn, along one edge and soft from years of fold, against the leather of his wallet old. We never saw him look at it directly, just knew it lived in there completely. Keep carrying some photographs I'm not for looking at. When we were children, once my sister found his wallet open on the table ground. Level with her eyes, she looked inside before he came and closed it quick and wide. Stepped between her and whatever she had seen, set some pictures up for keeping, not for being seen. She was four, she did not understand. He put it in his pocket with both hands.
The wallet is pulling me under. I can hear the leather thunder.
40 years he carried that worn face. recognize just the outline of a pair of eyes. And something in the jaw that made us stop, hey, and look at one another at the top, hey, of the staircase, holding what remained of someone he had carried and never named. They say the dead release the faces that they kept, but my father carried his until the leather gave. I do not need the name behind those eyes, I only need to know he never once left it behind, never left it behind. Trust the fold. My father kept the photograph so warm, the face inside it barely there, half torn, carrying someone pressed against his chest. Through every year, he never gave it rest. We held it at the stairs and felt the weight of 40 years of keeping someone safe. Leave your mark, we are still carrying. The wallet is still warm, the fold is still his. The photograph remembers every heartbeat, it was kept beside. Every birthday morning without question, my uncle went alone without suggestion. From anyone to a grave across the town, put flowers down and stood there looking down. For exactly half an hour, then came home. Never told us whose grave, never said alone. Keep going, some visits are not for the living to explain. We followed him 1 year, my cousin and I, 12 years old and curious enough to try. Stood behind a yew tree watching him kneel beside the stone in the morning dim. He did not pray, exactly did not speak, just pressed his palm flat on the stone each week of his birthday morning, held it there as if the code of it was something rare. The grave is pulling me under, I can hear the headstone thunder. Every birthday he came back to press his palm against a name he would not confess. Kneel for me beside the stone. Grave palm birthday press, 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 grave palm. After he was gone, we found the grave again. My cousin and I, now middle-aged, and then some, standing in the morning at the stone, reading what was carved there all alone. The name meant nothing to us, not a relative, not anyone we knew, not anyone to give an explanation for a lifetime of birthdays spent pressing a palm to a stranger and then went. They say the dead release the grief they carry, but my uncle brought his to that grave for 50 years. Oh, I do not need to know question. My uncle went alone without suggestion, pressing something into cold carved stone, carrying a grief he kept entirely his own.
My cousin goes there now,
on his birthday too,
neither of us knowing
what we're drawn into.
Leave your mark,
We are still kneeling,
the stone is still cold.
the name is still a secret. The grave remembers every birthday palm that found it. Father left his glasses on the stand the night he died, as if he had it planned to read again in the morning, fold them back into their case and carry on the track of ordinary days that did not end. The way that Tuesday chose to comprehend, keep folding, some objects wait for hands that never come. The lenses held his fingerprints for weeks. My mother would not clean them, said it speaks to something she was not prepared to lose, the particular and unrepeatable views of a man who pressed his thumb above the bridge. Each time he read as if upon a ridge. He needed to hold steady in the text, whatever came before and came up next. The glasses are pulling me under. I can't hear the lens cloud thunder. He set them down expecting morning light, not knowing Tuesday would become the night.
See for me across the nightstand.
Glass lens stand, wait. Glass lens stand, wait. Glass lens stand, stand, wait. Wait. Glass lens stand, wait. Wait. Glass lens stand, wait. 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 Print, stay, print, no glass lens. Wait. Print, stay, print, no glass lens. My sister finally cleaned them in the spring. Said she needed to do something, and the thing she chose was that she took them to the light, breathed on each lens and polished left and right. The way he showed her once when she was small, said every lens needs breath above it all. Before the cloth she stood there breathing on his glasses. In the morning he was gone. They say the dead release the tools they used for seeing, but those glasses held his prints for months. I do not need him reaching for them in the morning. I only need my sister breathing on the lenses, breathing on the lenses. Trust the fingerprint. My father left his glasses on the stand the night he died, as if he had it planned, setting them down for a morning that did not break, folded on the nightstand for a reading he could not take.
My sister breathed on them and polished clear.
Every lens he pressed his thumb still breathing on them. The stand is still his, the bridge is still bent. The glasses remember every page he tried to read. My father had a rock beside the sea that he had claimed before he claimed me, or my mother, or the house, or anything that came to him with ownership and ring of permanence. He found the rock at 8, and every year returned to sit and wait. Keep returning. Some places choose the person, not the other way. The rock was nothing particular to see, just a flat gray shelf above the sea that dried out between the tides and held the warmth of afternoon when evening fell. The light across the water he would sit until the cold came up, and that was it. Then walk back to wherever life required of him that year, however tired. The rock is pulling me under. I can hear the tidal thunder. 60 years of sitting on that shelf. He never brought us there. He kept it for himself. Wait for me above the waterline. Rock, tide, shuffle, sit. Rock, tide, shuffle, sit. Rock, rock, tide, shuffle, sit, 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 sit. Roll, shuffle, sit. Rock, tide, rock, tide, rock, rock, tide, shuffle, sit. Wait, won't wait, no. Rock, tide, rock, tide, rock, tide, rock, tide. He showed me once the summer he turned 80. Said, I want you to know where it is lately. I have been thinking someone else should know, in case I cannot make it in the snow. Of age he said and laughed, but showed me where the path went down and how to find the stair of rock that led to his particular shelf, a place he had kept 60 years to himself.
They say the dead release the places that they found,
But that rock kept his shade.
worn into stone,
I do not need the sea,
to be the same sea.
I only need to find the shelf.
And sit until the cold comes.
Until the cold comes. Trust the flat, gray rock. My father had a rock beside the sea that he had claimed before he claimed me. Sitting on it 60 years of tides, keeping something only that shelf understands. He showed me where it was the year he turned 8 decades old, as if the lesson burned. Leave your mark, we are still sitting. The shelf is still warm, the path is still his. The rock remembers every year. He came back to it. Chair photo. Oh, chair photo. My sister put a chair out at the wedding, front row beside the family, no bedding. Flowers on it, just a photograph, leaned against the back and cut in half. The light that fell across the empty seat, as if the absence made the room complete. Keep placing, some chairs are filled by what they hold. The efficient paused when she reached that road, looked at the photograph and seemed to know, without being told, that this was not a decoration, but a specific spot reserved for someone who had bought their ticket to this day, long before the thicket of illness took the reservation back and left a chair and photograph and lack. The chair is pulling me under, I can hear the wedding thunder. She placed a seat for someone who could not be there in body, but was there in thoughts. Sit for me in the front row. Chair, photo, row, place, chair, photo, row, place, chair, photo, row, place, place. Chair, photo, row, place, chair, photo, row, place. Hold, lean, hold, no, chair, photo. When my sister walked the aisle, she slowed beside that chair, as if the photograph shows something in the eye she needed then, a permission or a blessing or an amen from someone who had wanted this so much. She pressed 2 fingers to the photograph in touch. So brief the room almost missed it, but the room did not miss it. The room was cut. They say the dead release the days they missed, but that chair held its place through every vow. I do not need the photograph to speak, I only need my sister slowing at the front row. Trust the empty chair. My sister put a chair out at the wedding, front row beside the family, no bedding. Holding all the love of someone gone, keeping them inside, but carrying on. She touched the photograph while walking past,
Taking something temporary last.
leave your mark.
We are still placing chairs.
The front row is still theirs. The photograph is still leaning. The chair remembers every wedding it was brought to. Grandfather took my hand when I was 10, showed me how to shake it and said then, a handshake tells a man what kind you are before a single word has crossed the bar of introduction. Press and hold, he said. Two pumps and let it go and look ahead. Keep pressing. Some lessons live inside the palm. He had a particular and measured grip, not hard enough to hurt, not too soft to slip. Away from contact, something in between that said, I see you and I mean to be seen back. He practiced it on me a dozen times that afternoon until the free and natural weight of it had settled in my hand, the way a habit settles in. The handshake is pulling me under. I can hear the palm thunder. Two pumps and hold and look the person through. He pressed a whole philosophy into shape for me across the distance. Hand, press, pump, hold. Hand, press, pump, hold. Hand, press, pump, pump, hold. Hand, press, pump, hold. Hand, press, pump, hold. Hand, press, pump, pump, hold. Grip me, grip, no. Hand, press. I shook a stranger's hand last Tuesday morning. Felt my grandfather's grip without a warning. Come through me, the press, the to the hole, the looking through exactly as I had been told. At 10 years old, beside the afternoon window of his kitchen, in the tune of something settling into my right hand that I have carried since and understand. Only now is something he passed on deliberately before he would be gone. They say that death released the things they showed us, but my grandfather pressed his handshake into mine at 10. I do not need to remember the lesson. I only need to feel it come through me when I reach out. When I reach out. Trust the two pumps. My grandfather took my hand when I was 10. Showed me how to shake it and said then, a handshake tells a man what kind you are before a single word has traveled far. I shook the